So over the past couple days, Mizkif and the entire Twitch community has been under a lot of scrutiny on Twitter for allegedly covering up sexual assault stories. If you want to learn more about that in depth, I have a video that I uploaded yesterday about it, but needless to say, it's not looking very good for Mizkif, to the point where his streaming network OTK had to release a statement about this. They tweeted out to the OTK community. When OTK was formed nearly 2 years ago, we strived to create a gaming organization that embodied our values as creators, gamers, and individuals. Yesterday evening, a series of clips and content surfaced relating to one of our founders. Due to the seriousness of what's been brought forward, we have begun the process of contracting a third-party legal organization to investigate the issue in detail. In the meantime, Mizkif has been placed on leave and will be stepping away from his organizational duties pending the results of the investigation. OTK strongly condemns sexual harassment, assault, and bigotry of all forms. We appreciate your support and patience during this time and will provide updates as we receive them. Keemstar reacts to this by saying, Mizkif is one of the founders of OTK, so how is he taking a leave? How do you take a leave of something you own? Also, they claim there's a third-party investigation? How can you even make that claim without explaining who the third party is? Stop gaslighting us! Earlier, Keemstar also tweeted out the chat logs of Mizkif reacting to the initial call-out post by Trainwrecks. It starts out with Mizkif saying, that tweet he put makes it look so weird, but it really looks way different, lol. I'm talking to Train, he's talking about Slick. Should we keep going? When Maya and Mitch went over to talk to Adriana Lee, no, he's talking about Slick. Is he talking about Slick? I think when Slick got attacked? I don't even know what he means. Look at my reply, laughing emoji. Clearly the debt has nothing to do with Slicker. Not the place to be if you don't want to drink though. Nice Servisa, saved. If you're looking at my logs, Titterside asked what Ninchi would use, but it failed. Minx was using manipulation. Days. I think this will last about 3 more days. Minx would have just been a shouting match. Hassan was getting close. He would have left. It would have been GG. If I just shit on Slicker, and most streamers especially don't understand, it's the one thing I'm good at. It's really that simple. People don't understand how to talk to people. So I can't really understand the context of everything he's saying here, but it seems like his initial reaction to him getting called out for covering up his friend's SA is not to take it too seriously. All of these messages seem very lighthearted. Anyways, Keemstar continues tweeting when he says, Hassan Piker and Pokey are responsible for covering up all the Twitch crimes. Retweet if agree. According to one Reddit user, I'm drunk, leave me alone. Pokey lied, people died. He then shows this cute image of Mizkif and his girlfriend Maya next to an older couple who took a similar picture. Keemstar also tweeted out a picture of Hassan in a dress in a jail cell and says, consequences are happening. Is Harvey Weinstein your role model, Mizkif? Ladies and gentlemen, this Twitch drama is now resulting in every major Twitch streamer being exposed for doing something horrible. We must now call this Poggergate. Kavos says, I hate the main group of Twitch streamers, just full of fake people and fake friendships. Among Us was the height of this cringe. People begging to be friends with the most popular people just so they could get in their lobbies/streams and videos. Was so transparent. I think even Jacksepticeye said a lot of them weren't friends off stream. PayMoneyWubby says, TwitchCon gonna be wild this year. John Zerka shows a picture of an empty room and says, TwitchCon 2022. The point Train and X are trying to make is that you should never instinctually dismiss and downplay a crime from someone who already admit that they did it. Trainwrecks and XQC are heroes. Mudahar says, in seriousness, Twitch gambling is a point of itself, but this whole cover-up of sexual assault is enraging to hear. If true, everyone needs to pay for it. Truly fucked up shit. Nico Lol says, the Poggers community is in shambles. I Will Dominate says, watching the entire streaming platform burn from our tiny league corner. The Actman says, if you were gonna accuse someone of sexual assault, you should probably do that as soon as possible, instead of waiting for a convenient moment to capitalize on the drama. But what do I know? I'm only referring to content creators, streamers, etc. because sometimes this shit is used for clicks and all that. Don't get me twisted. I'm saying watch out for the grift. Hassan posts a snake emoji in response to all of this. But that's not as good as Amaranth's reaction to this, that Lord Vega posted onto his Twitter with the caption, Twitch is a different dimension, I swear to God.
Why do you do it now? That is a cop-out. It is a cop-out, and it is moving away from the main point, which is her story. And that's
I agree. We've completely moved beyond the main point, which is something that I have mentioned numerous times at this point.
Yeah, what is the point?
And I do agree. We have done that, and I think that's a really shitty way to cover this otherwise potentially criminal subject matter. That is my point that I also agree with you on, if that's your point as well. As Adriana also said, though, yes, the tweet wording was vague, which is the reason why we did not know. And Adriana, if you want further clarification like we talked about yesterday
I'm so confused.
Speaking of being confused, I'm personally very confused why Mizkif was being so racist in DMs with Ice Poseidon back in 2018. Ice Poseidon tweets these out with the caption, Mizkif, I brought you into this world and now I'm taking you out. The DMs start out with Ice Poseidon saying, you all in the RV? To which Mizkif responds, no, we are on the road. I don't know what's going on anymore. I just want a drink. This guy is a Mexican slur. Keep it on the down low. What you want, food-wise? Ice responds, just whatever, egg sandwich. Miz responds, can I come over after? These next set of messages start out with Mizkif saying, oh, door blocks. Yo, there's an N-word in the car. Yo, need you back. Never mind, fixed. Yo, if you ever need to talk or anything, just DM me and I'll answer. The third image of DMs start out with Mizkif saying, did you get tickets when you had the car in Florida? He responds, I think. How'd you get those? Mizkif responds, because I paid for the car. Can you stop being an F-slur and pay me? Look, we were friends, Paul, but I'm killing it on Twitch. I don't need you. It's over. Just give me the money and let me go. And this last image starts out with Mizkif saying, if you don't have a Reddit, yeah, I wouldn't be as much. 100%. Ice responds, yeah, feels good, man. Mizkif responds, don't ever say that to me again, F-slur. Ice Poseidon responds, I need a cameraman for the Butler event. Mizkif responds, neck, which I assume references killing yourself with a noose. Ice responds, laughing my ass off. Keemstar responds to all of this by saying, Ice Poseidon exposes Mizkif for dropping N-word hard R in DMs. Ice is planning to tell the full story on my podcast tomorrow. Mizkif, aka KKK leader, you were invited onto the show. Narco tweets out, Mizkif moment. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary. Mizkif, who was in his car at 3:12 p.m. on July 2nd, 2018. Gideon tweets out, this man Mizkif said every slur under the sun. Seeing Twitch burn and these fake-ass woke people being exposed is an early Christmas for me. The Boys in the Hood 2 starring Mizkif coming soon. King Richard reacts to this by saying, another racist large streamer on Twitch? This is so shocking to me to see this type of behavior. Literally in shock, I never would have thought. Now let's see what Twitch does about it. By the way, I'm being sarcastic. Been peeping the racism the whole time, lol. I just couldn't say anything because they have a very powerful position, and will band together, blackball, and derail anyone who does. Thanks for exposing yourself. Who is Mizkif's close friend group? They need to be examined as well. No way does a person like that fly under the radar with his friends. I'm sure they all knew who he was and said absolutely nothing. Almost every big creator in the industry is completely silent to ongoing issues of hate, racism, and bigotry. Why am I not shocked? I didn't want to come back to streaming just yet, but this shit low-key forcing my hand. Mizkif then finally responds to all of this in a twit longer. It reads out, my statement. Hey guys, to update everyone, we found Crazy Slick. He has not harmed himself. After hearing from Adriana and the numerous other women who have shared their experiences with him, it's clear that he is not the person he made himself out to be. In terms of his living situation, Slick has been told to vacate our house as soon as possible. I appreciate and support those who were brave enough to come forward with their stories about his behavior. A little while after Slick's misconduct came to light last year, I made some inexcusable statements on an alt stream after some chat messages got to me. To Adriana and those affected by sexual harassment, I am sorry for those statements. Sexual harassment, regardless of degree, can never be considered small. And while my intention was to clarify a misleading chat message, I chose my words poorly and my response came off as downplaying what should never be downplayed. Additionally, a series of private messages from 2018 have been posted, where I said some reprehensible things. I've been open about my past many times on stream, and will address it again here. I was a dumb, edgy guy who said a lot of stupid things to my friends, to try and come off as funny and cool. I can't change what I've said, but I can change who I am now and how I conduct myself. I'm proud of how much I've grown these past 4 years, but I know that there is always room to improve. I'm sorry to everyone affected by this situation. I made bad judgment calls based on what I led to believe, and I deeply regret it. I also want to apologize to OTK, our staff, and our partners who put their trust in me every day to represent our organization in the best way I can. OTK has informed me that the organization is in process of contracting a third party to investigate the actions above. During this time, I will be taking a leave of absence and stepping away from organizational duties. Thank you to everyone who has supported me throughout the past 4 years of streaming. Knowing that there are people who still look up to me after everything is both a blessing and a responsibility. I know I need to do a better job upholding. I have to. Ms. Mizkif follows up his statement by saying, I want to make it clear, the harassment is about the Discord logs, and comments Slick made towards every girl who came forward. Slick sexually assaulted Adriana, and there's no excuse for it. Her story deserves to be told, and I'm glad she was able to share share it fully. Keemstar responds to him by saying, "What kind of tweet is this? You were the one saying it was not that big of a deal. You were the one that was downplaying it? Why are you saying you're glad she was able to share it? False. Why would you be glad you got exposed as a fraud?" No Nothing TV also responds to Mizkif, reminding everyone of the stream clip from a year ago when Mizkif was initially addressing what his friend Slick had done.
Of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared. I'm gonna turn this off if you're gonna be like this. I'll just turn it off. Of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit and really cared. I'm gonna turn this off if you're gonna be like this.
Jelly Peanut says, "When did all these virtue signaling narcissistic streamers suddenly become activists? Am I supposed to believe there isn't some type of agenda here and that you actually care?" Adriana responds, "Realest thing I've heard." Trainwreck responds, "You know who these people actually are behind the BS." Adriana responds, "Exactly, and they still get away with it." Trainwreck responds, "They won't." Now keep in mind this was before Trainwreck called out Mizkif on Twitter to get this whole ball rolling, but afterwards Adriana quote tweets him and says, "He wasn't lying." Morgan says, "Adriana's defense of X and Train makes so much more sense now. She's basically saying that last year, the sexual assault got swept under the rug. So Train and X used the already existing drama to bring it back up again, so it wouldn't get swept away again." Minx's initial reaction to all of this was tweeting at Mizkif and saying, "You gonna call me manipulative in your offline chat, but can't even respond to me on Discord?" So as you can tell, Minx is very mad, but not just at Mizkif, but actually Adriana as well. Because according to a stream that she quickly deleted, not only is she dismissive of Adriana in it, but is also antagonistic against her. And luckily, I have that deleted stream downloaded. So I will be showing all of that, as well as a twit longer exposing Just a Minx for a different situation in the next video. So if you don't want to miss that, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.